Say something. Oh, say something. I say something. Can you? Yay! Okay. Oh my gosh. Third time is the charm. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I know what the problem is now. I just don't always have the ability to fix it. You can't change the settings in the cameras once you go live. So I had selected the right camera, but not the right microphone. So yay, we can hear me. Hooray. All right. And so to Chris's point earlier, I am in my room. This is still my office. So you can see my window back there where it normally has my beautiful tree Nahama. But this is the backdrop for, and you can see it's not really set up, but this is the backdrop for the, and then there's all the Mary Kay stuff over there, for the grief education podcast, which is tomorrow. So hooray, we are hearing and seeing and all of those wonderful things. So, all right, what did I just do? Okay, you can hear me doing things. Huzzah! I can hear you. We can't hear you. Okay, so this morning I had the wonderful opportunity of participating in Elias Patris's Monday Mystical Musings, which was a lot of fun because I adore Elias, and anytime we get to work together is just a joy. So you can see that earlier on my page and on his page. His normal co-host was not available today, so I was very excited and honored to be second fiddle today. And tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we have the Beyond the Loss conversations in grief education and healing here, right back here with the appropriate backdrop, because you can see it's sort of drooping over my head. And actually, Elias is going to be my guest tomorrow on my podcast. So I'm very, very excited for that. And I am looking forward to some really exciting things that I can't say about yet, but I'm really excited for some things that are coming up. So we will have wonderful things to share soon. This weekend, I sadly did not get to meet Sharon Goldstein in person. I was really looking forward to that. So we all want to send a little bit of good energy and juju vibes to Sharon, who is just dealing with a cold that seems like it's being very, very complicated and tenacious. And we would like to send some healing energy to her so that we can get her back on the mend. I know we had a lovely woman named Robin who was here before when I was messing it up. And hopefully, Robin, you will come back or be back. And just know that we would love to have you join us to come back. And I'm sorry that I have cocked it all up. So some days are like that. And it's not Mercury retrograde. I know we would like to think that it is. It is the new moon, and it's the new moon in Capricorn, which is part of that as well. So the new moon really came in yesterday, Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. It came in yesterday afternoon. And so we do have this new moon in Capricorn. So there's a lot of energy that goes along with that. So if you have been having things that feel like, what is going on? Why is this not going right? Why is this not why is this being complicated? If it feels like there's technological things that are, that feels a lot like Mercury retrograde, that's Capricorn new moon. There's a lot of energy connected to Capricorn new moon. So we want to just take a breath and just know that this is also part of coming into the Dragon's Fire, which is in February. And we've got all kinds of energy things that are shifting right now. And that's just part of the new year. And that's part of the new moon, but there's a lot of energy right now. And so just everybody breathing and trying to be open to what is trying to be revealed to us. Capricorn energy is very head down, push forward, barrel forward, and push through obstacles. And at the same time, Capricorn energy can be very organized and methodical. And if you know me at all, you know me as a Capricorn, what a laugh that is. Hey, Candace, stick with us. We absolutely will get you a card. Stick with us. So if you know me at all as a Capricorn, you know what a complete laugh that is. But I mean, I am organized in my way. But this is time for us to there's a lot of chaos and chaotic energy that's going around, especially with this new moon. Just allow it. And one of the things that I really want to encourage people right now is, as this chaos is moving around us, to be like, whoa, look at that go by. Like, do I need to get involved in that? Is that mine? That is one of the most important questions we can be asking ourselves right now. Is that mine? So it is, Sharon's got some Capricorn energies around her. It can be complicated. My whole house is Capricorn. I mean, truly, my entire house is Capricorn. So we have, my husband's birthday is on the 22nd. I'm on the 29th. My kids are January 10 and 15. And it is like Cap City over here. So we definitely have some strong opinions, strong minds, strong work ethics. And you know, the kind of thing that like wants to solve a problem, that's like, let's go, let's get it done, roll up our sleeves, let's do it. And that, you know, sometimes we need a little softer energy. We need, as we've been talking about all month long, this folding of allowing things to fold in and allowing things to unfold as well. Okay. So right now, it does feel like there's these technological glitchy things. I've heard from a lot of people that there are these technological glitchy things that feels a lot like Mercury retrograde. And retrograde is going to come back into play, but not until February, like later in February. So we're going to see that come back in, let me see, I know I have it on my calendar, really at the end of February, the 26th. So we're going to start to feel the energies of that really just, you know, before Valentine's Day, around the first week of February. So, I mean, not really yet, though. As you hear me say all the time, energy is not like a light switch that goes on and off, right? So we have, you know, energies that are coming in. So, I mean, it's certainly possible, but I think we're not quite in the Mercury retrograde energy just yet. Right now, I feel like the energy, and this is what's been coming up for me a lot, is the energy is of teeter-totter balance. I saw my son Dylan and I watched this very strange game show called 99 to Beat, and it's about 100 people that all are competing in what should be relatively simple or weird activities, like drop a coin into a fish tank and land it in a shot glass, you know, thread some needle through a thread through a needle, stack some, you know, bullets, just benign things. But if you have to do it really, really fast and not be last or before you get eliminated, people get really freaked out about it. But at the end of the game, when they got down to like the last 10 or so people, they had these big teeter-totter things, like think in a fun house, and they had to balance it and hold it. And it was very hard. And that visual, that image has been staying, because there was like 5 people like on each, and then the one team got totally eliminated. So now there was like 4 people left, and now you had 2 people trying to balance this really large teeter-totter. And this is where we are right now. And eventually, when they calmed down and they went slow, small movements, the teeter-totter balanced. But when they were panicking and they were going, it was going bunk, 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 right? And then they started to get it where they could just let it move itself, okay? And let it find its balance. And that is where I feel like we are right now, is finding the balance of where our energy wants to be. And so we're not quite in that Mercury retrograde, which is good, but we're also in this very like boppada of Mercury, of Capricorn. But we're also in this place of the new moon where energy tends to be lower, right? Because we come down from that full moon, we set our intentions, we are looking at what are we wanting to accomplish in this new moon cycle, and then we're setting the energy to go back up. Okay, we talk about it a lot like a Ferris wheel or like a periscope, right? So we come around, we come to the bottom, and that energy is lower at the new moon, where we're looking at what do we want to do, where do we want to go, how do we want to be in this moon cycle. Our energy goes up through the first quarter and the full moon, where we're at the top, the peak of that high energy, which is where people get a little, chaotic. And to be able to say up periscope at the top of that full moon, to say I can take a look around and be able to see what's really going on, and how am I going towards my intention, and how do I want to go forward for the second half of that moon cycle? What changes do we want to make? So and then that energy starts to wane, it starts to come back down, and energy gets a little lower. And this is where we are, this interesting mix of this lower, quieter energy of a new moon at the bottom of the cycle that is mixed in with Capricorn, that is like, woo, let's get some stuff done. Okay. And so there's a balance that's there. And so if you're feeling a little like, I don't know which way I want to go, and I feel like I'm going in a bunch of different, like I'm pulled in a lot of directions, it's going to be up to us to be like, okay, take a breath, dial it back, and be able to say, what is my most best top priority right now? What is, my favorite question, what is the best thing I can do for myself, for my highest and best good, to move myself forward on my path for the benefit of myself and for the benefit of others, right? What do I need to know right now for my highest and best good to move myself forward on my path? And sometimes we've got to just take that pause. And that really is what's coming through right now for this energetic time, because it feels a little chaotic right now. As you can see, it took me 3 tries to get our live going this morning because, okay. So there's a little bit of chaotic energy, and it's up to us to decide how we want to move through that. And again, we talked about this last week, where I've been hearing from a lot of readers and seers about this is a time to push through. And I'm like, I disagree. This is not a time to push through. This is not the time for, especially with our new moon Capricorn energy, that's really the energy that wants to go charge, right? But this is really a time for us to kind of pull the reins back on that goat and say, listen, let's take a beat. Let's see if we can balance our teeter-totter, right? And let's see if we can allow some things to get clear in our minds, allow some things to be clear in the universe, and to just have this folding of things into our lives that we've been talking about all month long, right? Allowing, what is it that I really want to do in this month? What is it I'd like to create, manifest, show up, birth, bring into fruition in this moon cycle? And what is my next best step that I can take to move myself forward on that path? Okay. And so I do apologize for the little craziness of trying to get the live video working this afternoon. I did just get back late last night from St. Petersburg, Florida, which is on the west coast of the state. Had a wonderful weekend over there participating in Spirit Fest which is like a psychic mediumship fair event with lots of amazing readers and crystals and healers and just magical, wonderful humans, and had a great time over there. So very glad to be back. And it's really kind of hit today that I spent the weekend in this wonderful bubble of beautiful light energy, and then to come back in and realize we're in that new moon, because that new moon started on Sunday, to come in this new moon Capricorn energy, which is this like barreling forward. And it's like, whoa, okay, let's, like I said, pull the reins back on that. And let's allow ourselves the time to take a breath and say, okay, what is I really want to do in this moon cycle? What is it I really want to do as we're going forward into January? And it's really important, because there's a lot of stuff that people are saying, and there's a lot of energy that's coming at us right now that's like, you have to this, you have to this, you have to this, you have to that. And so for us as people who are connected to the light, our responsibility is to say, I let that go by me, because that's not for me. And that's discernment and discretion. And sometimes that takes a little agility and nimble to like be a little Neo about it. But at the same time, to have that discernment to say, wait a minute, is that relevant to me, or do I need to be involved in that, or can I let that go by? And there's a lot of stuff right now pulling our attention. So we talk about all the time how the world is loud. It is loud right now. It is going to get louder. We are not done with this cycle. This is what I've been talking to people about lately. This is humanity's evolution through the chakras. We are in puberty right now. Humanity is in puberty. And if you remember middle school, this is it. We in it. Okay. And that's okay, because we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Okay. All right. If you're looking at the different backdrop, this is the backdrop for the podcast Beyond the Loss, which is Tuesdays at 3:00 on A1R Psychic Radio. And I'm very excited because my guest tomorrow is going to be none other than Elias Patras. And we're not quite set up, which is why the backdrop looks a little droopy behind me. And if you're watching me on Instagram, you're on the wrong angle. So you're kind of seeing behind the kind of curtain there. So there is a lot that's going on in the energy of the universe right now, and especially with this new moon. And I would like to just encourage everyone to, again, pump the brakes, step back, let's zoom out, see a little bit bigger view, look at all the things that are happening, say, what is it that's relevant to me? What can I let go by me that's not relevant to me? And what is it that I truly want to fold into my life right now? Okay, because this energy, it should be pretty mellow for a new moon, but that's not Capricorn. Capricorn is like, charge. And so we want to really make sure that we are keeping our wits about us. Okay. All right. So today we're using Denise Lynn's soul coaching cards, and I was so excited this morning to be invited to be co-host on Elias Patris's Monday Mystical Musings, because his normal co-host was not available. And when he pulled up and said, "This is the card deck he was using," I said, "Oh my gosh, that's the card deck I have as well." Because as I was unpacking my all my accoutrement from my booth at Spirit Fest, that was the only deck I had dug out yet from all my table, from all my booth stuff. So I just thought that was really marvelous. So rather than trying to dig out something else, I was like, we'll just stick with this deck. It's such a beautiful card deck for Denise Lynn, from Denise Lynn. So we're going to do a couple of cards, especially if you're new to us. Thank you so much for being here. I was so happy to have you all with us. We're going to do a couple of cards for the collective, and then we're going to do individual cards for everybody, anybody who wants them. So hang in there with me for another minute. If you have a specific question when it is your turn for a card, just let us know. Let me know. But right now we're going to do a couple of cards for everybody, okay? Because I always like to make sure we have some cards that apply to everyone. So we'll do that first. And so this card is upside down. This is a card 32, which is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. This is the card that's light, okay? And so this is this reminder that whatever, even though we're upside down, okay, this is this reminder, this is whatever it is that's going on in the world right now, we are still connected to the light. Even when it feels like we are upside down, and you know, they like put the flag upside down, it's like, oh, it's a sign we're in trouble. Okay, so even when it feels like we might be in trouble, and you know, there's some stuff going on, but even when it feels like we're upside down, the reminder is that we are still connected to the light. And regardless of what we may think in our left brain, logical, feet on the ground kind of situation, with whatever your opinions are about what's going on in the world, the fact is that we are still creatures of divine light and love. We are from the light. We are part of the light. We will return to the light. And everything that is going on is still of the light. Even though we like it, we don't like it, we are still of the light, okay? So this is going to be important for us to remember. It's a heavy time right now with humanity and puberty, but at the same time, we are still connected to the light, and there is intelligence to the universe. I mean, for all the things we have seen and heard and done and experienced, there's not a single doubt in my mind that there is intelligence to the universe. Don't believe me? Read my blog. Go on my website and read my blog, because some of the stuff that has happened to me is like, well, you've got to be kidding me. So there is no doubt that there is an intelligence to the universe. With mediumship, there is absolutely no doubt that there is a whole hive mind on the other side that is working with us and connecting with us every single day, that it is for us to allow and trust and believe that there is something more than us going on. And so as we go forward, even when we are upside down in the light, we are still of the light. And so the next card that I picked is, this is 49. So 9, don't laugh at me counting on my fingers. 49 is 9, 50, 51, 52, 53. 5 and 3 is 8, which is infinite possibilities. Krista, thank you so much for helping Lorraine. Lorraine, we will absolutely get you a card. So this is 8, the infinity, which is all the time in the world, all of the possibilities of the world. But this is the transformation card, which also is upside down. Okay, this reminds us we are still in the light, but we are in this time of transformation. Okay, we are turning into the butterfly. But when we turn this right side up, we can see this fire, the passion, all of the connection to the grounding, right? That is in the sides of the butterfly wings are connected to the grounding. And then the tops of the wings are connected to light source. We are all connected to the light. So we are in this time of transformation. Humanity is not going through puberty for nothing, right? We are going through puberty for some transformation that is going to take us to the next phase of evolution, next phase of development. This is a very major time in our humanity. Transformation is 49. Okay, so 4 and 9, it's for 9. I didn't do that right, did I? So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sorry, I didn't do that right. I gave it as an 8 number, and it's not, because I was adding 49 into 4. Sorry. I tell you, new moon, Capricorn. Bleh. Okay, so 4 and 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is 4, which is, that makes so much more sense to me. Thank you for asking that question, Chris, because I caught myself in the wrong place there. 4 is the number of support. Okay, 4 is the number of support. So I like that so much better. It was starting to get a little spilkus because that wasn't sitting right with me. 4 is the number of support. Think of 4 legs of a chair or a table. We are being supported. So in this time of transformation, even though it's upside down, we are still being supported. So this is a very encouraging and supportive, no pun intended, card. It says, listen, we know that there is some stuff moving around and there is some stuff shifting in the world and some stuff is shifting. Don't teach me math while I'm doing this. God love you all trying to help me so much. Thank you. When you are in this time of transformation, there's so much stuff that's going on. It is so much up to us to remind ourselves, and where we can and where applicable, to remind others that there is intelligence to the universe. Something is happening that is changing and evolution and evolving and bringing society to a new level, a new plane, a new place. Okay. All right. Sharon, always the teacher, always trying to teach me. You guys are always looking out for me. You all are always looking out for me. And I appreciate that so much. All right. So the last card we're going to pick for the collective before we hop into some individual cards is what do we need to know? Okay. So when we look at the cards, we are like, where are we right now? Okay. We are reminded that we are in the light. Okay. We are upside down, but we still have the ability to get into the light and to stay into the light. Okay. And then we say, well, what else do we need to know? Like, where are the hiccups going to be for us as we go forward this week? And that is the transformation card and the 4 that says, hey, look, we know we're upside down. We know growth is hard. Growth is hard. Now, I don't know if any of you, like, I raised 2 boys, they're in their 20s now. I remember when they would have those summer growth spurts and they'd come in and they'd be like, their legs hurt. Their legs were hurting because bones were stretching and growing so fast. They'd be like, Mom, my legs hurt. And I remember those days, and there's nothing we do about it except now they're, 6'4", giant kids. And even when I was pregnant with them, if anybody's been pregnant, growing something, we did not have. Some people love pregnancy. That was not my experience. We did not love pregnancy over here. It was hard because we're growing something from scratch. Growing is hard. Even if you look at plants, those little time-lapse things where the seed is growing and the little thing has to push its way out from the thing and push up through the dirt. It's hard. Growth is hard. Regardless of what kind of growth you're doing, there is lots of places where it is challenging. Okay. And it is okay for us to say, whew, this is a bumpy ride right now. So we have this transformation card that was upside down. We say, listen, this is the hiccup. This is the thing we need to remember, that even though it's upside down, we're still on the right track. Something more is happening. Something bigger is happening. We're praying it's not going to be war, but something more is happening. And so what is the last part of the card, the last collective card, to say, well, what do we need to know to go forward for our highest and best good? How is humanity going to go forward? What do we need to know to help ourselves this week? And that is the truth card, which of course is also upside down, because there's a lot of misinformation coming from all different kind of directions right now. And the truth card is number 50, which says we are in this, is that 50? Yes, 50. This says the numbers on these cards are so small that we are in the crossroads. But here's what I want you to see about this truth card. Okay, she's holding this beautiful crystal ball. But if you look at the light, it looks like she's blowing the light from her beautiful, young, unfettered, unpolluted, unbiased, anything mind, that the light is coming in to her head, and she is blowing out the light of truth into the wisdom of the crystal ball that she is holding in her hand. Okay, so I love this card because it is so much about when we bring the light in, we can speak that out to bless ourselves, to bless others, to share the light, to share the wisdom. We have the power to bring the light into our head and into our heart and our mind, and then blow that out. Because I know that's not really how it was drawn, but when I look at this card, there's no other way that there's other ways, but this is how I see it, is that this light is coming out of her mouth like she is blowing, and that she is sharing the light with all of us. And it is so important that we remember that we can take in and we can share it out. And what we take in is going to really affect what we're putting out, right? So if we're bringing in light and love, guess what we're going to be sharing out with the world? If we're bringing in, guess what? Okay. So I remember I had one of my hypnotherapy clients who was really struggling with anxiety. And I said, well, tell me about your relaxation habits. And it turned out the relaxation habit was watching the news on an endless loop. I said, well, we're going to make a pledge that at least for this period of time that we're working together, we're not going to do that, because what we bring in, and I'm not saying, what kind of news, but what we're bringing in is going to affect every part of ourselves. So it's really important that we are remembering, and it's not a coincidence that our first card today is the light card, even though it's upside down. It says, listen, the light is there for all of us to tap into it if we choose to. If it's upside down and we're not tapping into it, we're not connected. That's on us. We have the power and the choice to turn this right side up, because this is this time of transformation. Like it or not, this is a time of transformation. Humanity is evolving, and that we have the ability to bring the truth by bringing light in and allowing light to come out. So we want to watch our words. We want to watch our what we're bringing in and what we're bringing out. Okay, so we want to really look at our own energies, especially in this time of this new moon. We want to make sure that we are putting our intentions to be positive as we're going forward. Okay, so the Capricorn energy is very much a doer energy, but it's going to be up to us to, again, to rein that in and to be able to say, okay, what is important to me that may or may not be connected to Capricorn energy, to be able to bring that forward as we go into this next 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So let's do some individual card readings. So if you are new, yay, welcome, yay. And if you would like an individual card reading, here's what you need to do. At the very minimum, I need you to put a comment that says, me, I would like a card. And if you have a specific question, please feel free to put that in the comments. Now, here's the rules. Please only put in your request for a card one time, because the window of where I can see the comments is not very big. And if you put in the comment more than once, it pushes up, and then I miss people. So we want to make sure I'm going to do the card readings in the order that I see your comments. If that's not the same order for you, that is okay. Please know we do everything that we can do to not skip anybody or not miss anybody, and we try to stay until we get everybody taken care of. So don't panic. Okay. Lauren says, I definitely want a card. So you're driving. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. So looks like, let me do Lauren on Instagram first, and then we'll come right back over to, we've got Sharon and Jamie. Hi, Jamie. And Gia. So happy to have you. Of course, Stephen. All right. So let me do, we've got Lauren on Instagram, and we're going to come right back to Facebook. So Lauren, the most thing that wants to be shared with you right now is card number 27. This is the healing card. 2 and 7 make 9, which tells us we're letting go of some past stuff. This is a great time that we are letting go of things that are not serving us. This is the healing card. And what I want you to see is she is dancing in the rain. Okay. She's dancing in the rain. They're dancing and enjoying the journey. So this is so much really about the dancing within the journey. Okay. So the healing card is spinning and finding the joy in the situations. Look, we can all, because the card I pull for individual people, but we can all, the cards are all for all of us. But when we can look at a situation, we can all find or the E. Okay. And that's up to us. I don't know where that just came from, but we can find the joy or we can find the dirt. Okay. Y'all have heard me talk about the horse poo, right? So is it a pile of horse poo or is there a pony? So in any situation, we can choose to let go of the negative things that may have happened in the past and focus on the positives. And we can all choose to find the joy, or we can choose to find the negatives. And it is up to us. And so, Lauren, this is talking about, I was climbing in some bushes. I had some trees on me. Lauren, this is talking about letting go of the past, moving forward with joy in your heart, and enjoying the journey. Okay. All right. So we've got so many wonderful people. Yay. I love all these comments. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to go back to Sharon and Jamie, and then we've got Gia. Fantastic. All right. All right, Sharon. And again, good healthy vibes to Sharon, who's really battling a monster of a cold. So this is Faith. This card is Faith. And this is card number 20. So this is a Faith card. It's upside down. It's upside down. So just, Sharon, what I want you to understand about this card right now is that you're being held in a safe space right now for a higher purpose. So just allow, I know you don't like being sick. None of us like being sick, especially you're down here in the warm weather from, where it's cold, where I know you normally are. Just trust that there is, this is a time of healing for you, and just allow your body to rest. And no, when none of us is good at being sick, I get it, but just allow yourself to be patient. Allow yourself to say, you know what, I'm just supposed to, like, you know, if you've ever seen those movies where they get stuck in a time loop, or like Groundhog Day, and they just like go over the same thing over and over again, and finally they get to a point where, like, you know what, I'm just taking this loop off. This is right now, this is the loop you're taking off. Okay. And so just allow, your body is healing, but there's something energetically that's healing for you as well. So just keep the faith that everything is happening the way it's supposed to be, and just take this loop off. And then next week you'll be right back, you know, enjoying all the things, but there's something more that's trying to be healed within you. So just allow it. Just allow it. All right, Janie, we've got Janie. This is the card. This is silence. Silence. This is 44. So 4 and 4, lots of support, but silence. And this is right side up. So Janie, this is really about listening. This is about listening. You can see this is a gorgeous card with the swans and the icy landscape. And this is just beautiful, a kind of sepia tone card. But Janie, this is about listening. This is about embracing the silence, not feeling like we have to fix it or fill it with something, and just allowing ourselves to be idle. Kind of where we were just talking about with sharing, not necessarily about taking this loop off, but allowing yourself to just be still. Be still. And if you look, the swans, I know people talk a lot about swans and ducks where they look so beautiful and peaceful on the surface, and underneath they're going, no, this is really about the floating. And this is about letting the universe unfold for you for a minute. Again, this is 44. So there's a lot of that support, because you heard me talk before about number 4 of supporting 4 legs of the chair or the table, right? And so this is really about just letting them carry you, letting them float. The image they're giving me in my head is crowd surfing, right? Just let them carry you for the right now, just for a little bit. Okay. There's nothing that you need to do. There's just hold your space, take a beat, and just take a pause. Okay. That's for Janie. All right. Gia. All right. Gia, sanctuary, and this is 43. So this is 7. Okay, this is a sanctuary card. So this is helping you move forward. This is reminding you, Gia, that you're okay. You're safe. And this is 43. So we have 4. You just heard me talk about 4 a whole bunch of times, right? And then 3 tells us there's more to the story to be revealed. There's more information coming for the story. But in the sanctuary card, we have this, Gia, that says 4 and 3 make 7, that says there's a change in direction that's coming. Okay, 7 is you see the shape of the 7. There's a change in direction. So some growth and some shift is happening for you. And this is a great time for you to allow that to just play out. But if you'll look, all that light is streaming in and shining down. Sanctuary is a safe space. So while things are shifting and things are changing for you, and you're allowing this growth to happen, this is a little bit stretchy and uncomfortable, Gia, but that's okay, because they're trying to show you that you are safe in the sanctuary space. This is the safe space. Okay. So Gia, as things are changing and you are growing and it feels like you're being stretched and pulled into a new direction, just know that they are doing this for your highest and best good. And there is a trust that's being asked for you from the universe. This is, again, like we said with Janie, is we've got you. Okay. And we're going to keep you safe while things are unfolding around you. Okay. So a little bit of a trust in that process. Okay. All right. We've got Stephen and then Chris, card around business. All right, Stephen. So what do we got going? I love that. Spirit lead me. I love that. I love that. All right. So Stephen, this is a power card, but it's upside down. And the power card is 40. Okay. And this is very interesting. And so 4, we've talked about 4, right? And it's very interesting because this morning Elias was talking about how he was listening to someone else's podcast talking about how when we do numerology, we take the 2 numbers, the 4 and the 0, and we add them together and we basically discount the 0. And he was saying that it was just a fascinating idea about how the 0 should not be discounted, that the 0 is the infinity and like the infiniteness of the universe that is guiding and supporting us. So this is 4. So a lot of guiding and supporting, but this is the elephant. Okay. And so the elephant is, charges through the woods, and you can see him trampling through the jungle here. And it says, listen, don't be the elephant. Now, elephants never forget. So we want to make sure we're not holding grudges here. But at the same time, the elephant can charge ahead too quickly. And so they're saying we're upside down. Listen, take it slow. Don't charge ahead too quickly. Now, I know this is going to fit in with some of the stuff we just talked about the other day. So just breathe. And you heard me say this before about pumping the brakes right now. Don't barrel ahead too fast. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get your stomping through the forest, and don't get your, muscles out going, I'm the elephant, I'm going to, and it's not an accusation, but it's just, let's go slow. Okay. So just pump the brakes a little bit on that. Okay. All right. Chris Judd for Card Around Business. Oh, Chris Judd, I have to tell you, I gave out your name to a couple of different people at Spirit Fest this weekend. So I'm excited to hopefully have some hear from you, that some folks have been reaching out to you for your services. If you need a website design or help with some content creation, Chris Judd is the one you want to ask to. So she's amazing. All right. So Chris Judd, this is impeccability, and this is card 28. So 2 and 8 is going to be 10. And you just heard me talking about 0. So one of the things I was talking about with 1 is 1 is not a solo number. And this is something I was sharing on Elias's broadcast this morning too. 1 is not a solo number. We think about 1 as like, oh, I'm alone in the world, or it's all on me or something. And that's not really the truth. When we have the number 1, it's really very much about that poem that was like the footprints in the sand, where we had 2 footprints and we were walking together, and then there was 1 footprint, and I wasn't abandoned, but God was carrying us, or Spirit was carrying us. That very much is the number 1 for me, is we are being carried and supported and lifted really along by Spirit. And so it's not a 1 number of abandonment or solitariness, like you're on your own. It is actually a number of support that we are carrying you along. But this card that comes in is upside down. And you heard me talk about the vastness of the universe with the number 0. But this card is impeccability. And the thing that gets me every time with this card about impeccability, it's not like be impeccable with your words, like they say in the 4 agreements. The impeccability card is about authenticity. Okay. So there's some place where we're not being true to ourselves. We're not being authentic. We're not being genuine in, either what we're sharing or how we're viewing ourselves, or we're not seeing the whole truth of a situation. We're not allowing our whole truth to come through. And so it isn't about, oh, you're not being, honest or impeccable, or you're not being, perfectly coiffed and groomed. It's not anything like that about, oh, impeccable. Like, it's not like that. It's about authenticity and being genuine with yourself and being true to yourself. So this card is upside down that says, hey, listen, there is more wisdom in this book of your Akashic records. This is your book of Akashic records that says, hey, where are you not being true to yourself? Okay. And so as this is upside down, that's what they're talking to you about. And as that regards to business, is what is it that you want? And what is important to you? What do you need? What is going on in your business where you are perhaps not being impeccable or authentic with yourself or with others? Okay. And so that's the question to be thinking about. Okay. All right. We have so many wonderful things. Sharon says, all I can do is rest. Walk the dogs in the morning. The son walks them otherwise. I'm sorry, I miss seeing you too. So please don't worry. You getting, being, back to good health is really, really important. Yes, Stephen, clearly a message. Yep, got that card or something like that, right? It must be. Okay. Well, look, and we know there's a lot of stuff, Stephen, that's going on for you. So we want to make sure that we're just keeping those boundaries, right? Okay. So you're so funny. Chris Judd says, thank the gods I'm never going to be coiffed or groomed. And that's okay, because we love you exactly for who you are. All right. Gia says, thank you. You are welcome. Janie says, thank you. You are welcome. We're going to go backwards, and we've got Spirit lead me. All right. Card, please. All right. And then we've got April and Candace. Absolutely. All right. So this card is the card of peace, and this is card 37. So 3 and 7 is 10. And we've been talking already about 3 is that number where there's more to the story. There's more to be revealed. And 7 is that change in direction. So when we put those together, we've got the 10, which tells us we are being supported in a new adventure, and to allow this peace card, because he's just floating on his little cloud right there. He's just floating down the waterway on his little cloud. Okay. And so he is being at peace and allowing and trusting that Spirit is carrying us forward. Okay. And it seems like that's a really overarching message this week, that we want to allow that Spirit is carrying us forward, right? The intelligence of the universe has got some bigger plan that is allowing us to, the more we can trust as things are unfolding, to allow things to carry us forward. Okay. So there is peace for you and all these gorgeous, gorgeous bougainvilleas or crepe myrtles or tababuyas or whatever these are, these gorgeous, gorgeous trees. We have something like that in our backyard. I keep waiting for it to bloom. It's just this shock of pink. It would be so gorgeous, but allow. Okay. Trust, allow, be at peace. And here's the big thing about this is we want to stop worrying about the stuff we can't control. We want to stop worrying about the stuff we can't control. Okay. Let go, let go, let go, let go. I mean, honestly, the more things we can let go, and we're not trying to hold on to all this stuff, the better and the more peaceful our lives are going to be. And the more we can move forward on our true paths, okay, whatever that is, the more we can move forward without the encumbrance of the left brain, woulda, shoulda, coulda, gotta, hold the appearance or the, what I'm supposed to for other people. Okay. And the more we can say, hey, look, I'm going to just follow what the universe is co-creating with me, because we're not surrendering. We're not giving up and being like, okay, give up. You just carry me along. Okay. No. We still got to row the boat. We still got to be involved with our authenticity and, what is it that we want? But once we put that out into the universe of what it is that we want and where we're going, we're trusting that the universe is meeting us. Okay. So that's so much about that, is trust that the universe is leading you. Okay. All right. A card for April and then a card for Candace. Okay. And Zanelle. So happy to see your name pop up. We haven't seen you in a while. All right. So April, this is communication. This is communication. And this is card 11. So this is wanting to be, I hear this in my ears, of being impeccable with your words, but this is really about what is truly in your heart that wants to be shared. Okay. This is the innocence, the joy, the heart of a child that is being shared with the power and intelligence of the tiger. Okay. The tigers are very smart. Cats are very smart. Cats are also very intuitive. They're very connected into spirit. And so if you look at this light, it's kind of got this little point that's coming down into her head. And you've got the rest of this is coming into this cloud, where the tiger is taking the light and the dark and discerning the truth. Okay. And so this is really about wisdom. Okay. Candace, April, sorry, this is really a communication card with the 1 and the 1 makes 2. So that's really that support from the universe. But this card is about discernment. Okay. What is true for you, and really connecting into the heart and not the head. Now, this is something I've been talking about a lot in this new year, that this is this time of, we've been talking about the folding, allowing things to fold into our lives. But one of the things is we're moving into a place where we who are connected to the light, we're moving into this place that is like, where is our heart? What is it that's truly in your heart that wants to be guiding you more so than your head, not your brain, not your mind, which is the spiritual aspect, but the head, the brain that says, oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this, to be allowing ourselves to be led more from the heart right now. And this is this communication that's coming in for her, into the light, is coming into her head, and then into the intelligence and the strength of the tiger. We are tapping into that strength that says, I have the ability to take what is in my heart and work with the universe and the strength and the intelligence of the tiger cat to create what it is that I want. So April, this is really about going forward, about getting true into your heart about what it is that you want, and tapping into that strength and intelligence of the tiger energy to carry you forward, to go forward in collaboration. This is very much a green light card. Okay. Going forward. All right. Candace. All right. Candace, this is upside down. This is the opening card. This is 35 with this gorgeous lotus flower, but this is the opening card. So Candace, what are you not paying attention to? What are you not listening to? What is it that you're resisting? So this is opening upside down and saying, hey, we're trying to open you up to the powers of the universe, manifestation, co-creation, something beautiful and wonderful in your life, and you are not paying attention. Now you're here. So you're paying attention to something, which is really important. But this is allowing, this is 35. So 3, we said more to the story, more information to be revealed. And 5 is the crossroads. 5 is a crossroads that says, what do I want to do with that information? Where am I going? Where am I going with this? Okay. And so this is like, again, a trust card that says, if you can open, we can go forwards. Okay. And again, 35, 3 and 5 together is 8, which is infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities. This is a time for so many of us to open up and be able to go forward in new ways. And so this is a green light card for you as well. Okay. But this is about making sure you're listening, making sure you're listening. Okay. All right. So we have Zanelle. Oh, you are so welcome. And I'm so glad that card resonates. That's wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad April also makes a lot of sense for you too. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yay. Makes me happy. All right. Card 4 is Zanelle. And then we'll do as we always do. We do one more card for the collective to kind of bookend it and close it all in together. So for our friend Zanelle, Where are you? Come back here. And this is the inspiration card, also upside down. A lot of upside down cards right now. And that's okay, because that's happening a lot. A lot of cards are upside down because we're all trying to kind of figure it out right now with the new moon, the Capricorn energy, and also this new month, new year, new from a 9-year to a 1-year. There is, like I said, this kind of rocking that's going on of like trying to find our new balance, right? We're trying to find where's our happy place? Like, where are we going to settle in, right? And if you ever watch like water spill on the floor, water will spread as far as it can until it finds its level. And that's really where we are right now, is we're all just working to try and find our level. So this is the inspiration card, but it is upside down. This is card 29. So 9, 10, 11. Okay. So 11 we just talked about, right? So this is, even though it's upside down, this card is, where are you receiving? Where are you receiving? And if you're upside down, it's like, oh, I'm not paying attention to this. Ah, la, 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 I can't hear you. Okay, so they're trying to talk to you. They're trying to point you in the right direction. And there's a little bit of a fear factor in there, and that's okay. That's okay, because we talked before about how growth is hard. Okay, and it doesn't have to be super hard. It's not like digging a ditch, hopefully, thankfully. But it's just a little bit scary. New level, new devil, they say, right? But this is, again, all coming in from the light for you. So now to allow these things this inspiration that is coming into your mind, that's like, I would love to see this happen. And immediately we get that left brain ego that's like, well, you can't do that. Who are you? You can't, And so what I'd like for you to have it's being asked to come through in this card is the what if, okay? What if? Because so often we have this like, oh, what if this happens? And what I would like to put forward, what's being asked to be put forward is, what if? What if you did? What if you turn the inspiration card right side up? What if you let them help you clarify what it is in your heart and your mind that you would like to do to go forward? What if you were able to act on that and create something new and wonderful and brilliant into the world that helps shift us, shifts yourself, and changes lots of things? What if you were to act on the thing that is truly in your heart? What if? Okay. Kimmy Smith, it is not too late, never too late. Well, I don't say never, but it's not too late. So here's the thing I want to say, because there's a lot of things that we're seeing about what do I want? Where am I going? What's going on? What am I not listening to the universe about? And so I do want to just say the Unspooling Your DNA class is on my website. It's $30 for the class. It's $20 for the workbook. We are about to change that to combine it together into one thing, because really what it is if you're doing the class, you need the workbook. That's just really the fact, Jack. So we have that coming together. That's going to be a change that's coming into the website, changing how we are offering that information. And also we're looking at changing the platform that it's on as well. So the Unspooling Your DNA class is a short video. It's about 45 minutes that helps you understand the science and physiology of our DNA connecting to the universe and how we work actually in tandem with the energy of the universe. The science proof that our emotions connect to our DNA, connect to how the DNA responds to the universe, how the universe literally responds to us to help us place our drive-through order with the universe to manifest the things that we want and ask the things for what we want. But here's where the workbook comes in. The workbook comes in that says, we don't know what we want. I don't know what we want. What? And the workbook is going to help you clarify it. And this is why really those two things have got to go hand in hand. So for $50, you can get both online. It is actually, I think right now if you get it online, it's $45 if you do the class and the workbook, but it's going to go up to $50. So if you want to do the Unspooling Your DNA class, thank you, Chris Judd, for putting in the link. You can get the class for $30. I think the workbook is $15 if you do it online. But again, the price is going to go up to $50. So this is an amazing opportunity to really understand how your physiology works with how we actually manifest with the universe, because the things that we can do, we are so much more powerful than we've been led to believe. And once you can tap into unspooling your DNA, and using that as actual manifestation tool that works for realsies with the universe, it is a life-changing thing. And when you get both the workbook and the class, you can also add in the story of meeting Casey Keller, which is the story of what happened with me and my family, where we put this into practice, where we learned really the truth of the universe. So we want to be able to share this information with as many people as possible, which is why we've been keeping the price so low about it. All right. So Kimmy Smith card for you. This is wisdom, my friend. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. This is wisdom. So this card is 52. So that is 7, which is the change in direction. But this card is also upside down. So Kimmy, this is really very much about playing small. And the card is upside down because they're saying to you, knock it off. Stop playing small. It is time to spread your wings. It's time to soar. It's time to use what you know to help other people and to help yourself move forward on your path. Stop playing small. Allow yourself the opportunity to move forward and play big. The owl is wise, strong, fast, intelligent. Okay. And this is the opportunity to look at all this light that is coming from the tree of wisdom behind the owl. And this is all of this is rooted in Mother Earth as well. And so, Kimmy, this is a time for you to stop playing small. Okay. So, shout it out loud to the universe, to the world. What is it you want to create? This is the time for you to get bigger. Okay. All right. So, and we don't mean your physical size, we mean your energy. Okay. All right. Let's pull one more card for the collective for all of us to tie it all together. And that is the adventure card. And this is number 1, but it is also upside down. And so what I want to say about this is as we are going forward on this adventure of humanity evolving through the chakras and humanity is in the puberty, what I want to say is be a face. Be a face. This is the number 1 card. This is adventure. This world is an adventure. This life is an adventure. We chose to incarnate here at this time for this reason, to be part of this adventure. So do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. This is a time of real change for ourselves and for the universe. But this is really, it is a great adventure that we came here to be part of it. We came here to make change. We came here to be changed. And we came here to learn and laugh and love and live. So don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. And from the universe, from me, always, always remember how very, very much you are loved. And I will look forward to, want to wish everybody a happy Martin Luther King Day. And I will look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a great week. Mwah.